Okay, so this is my third check-in for my CMPM 121 final project. The reason why I am providing commentary over this check-in this time is because I ran into a bug that I fixed earlier, but however it's reappeared and I tried everything to fix it and it didn't go away. And that bug is that the player's ship just travels way too fast along the circuit, and that has thrown off the animations of the enemy ships. So once I play the game, I'll show what that looks like. So the player's ship isn't supposed to be traveling that fast initially when the level starts. It's supposed to go a lot slower, and the reason why it's supposed to go a lot slower is so that it lines up with the animations of the enemy ships that traverse across the player's path. So right now I can't shoot any of the enemy ships because they're purposely designed to move across the screen at a certain time. So if you can see right here, this ship moved across after we passed it. You know, and if I shoot the ship, I can easily destroy it. I got 48 points from that. Same thing with this upcoming ship over here. This wasn't there the first time we made this loop through this circuit. So that's why this whole circuit is just initially messed up. Is because of the initial speed up of the player ship. But just to show how this still works, let me go back to the scene. Let me switch to the level. Go back to 3D. And let me turn off this ship right now. But if we go over here and we press play, yeah, let's press play. And then this ship is supposed to go across, but it already passed us at the point at which we already passed it. Same thing with this one over here. Because we already passed this ship, we can't see it being animated. So let's look at it right now. Look at a scene view, and this ship is about to go across. See, just like that. Same thing with the one over here. These ships are supposed to go back to scene view. So we have the player ship go across. And I think give it like just a few more seconds. Yeah, so these ships also move across. Same with the ones over there. These ships are about to move across, as well as one more ship over here. Oh, there we go. Hold on just a second. Yeah, this ship is supposed to move across when the player is around here, but the speed of the circuit script was broken and bugged, so that's why we don't see that happening. So that's one thing that was one of the tasks in my this week's goals, was to animate the player railing or the pathing. So I did that using Unity's timeline. Another thing that I did this week was some visual polish. Let me see if I can find it. The player ship. My goodness. And I added some particle effects to the ship. So I added some jet flares. Another thing that I had to do was implement health for the enemies, and I did that in the enemy script. So let me open up the editor. Right here, enemy.cs. So hits is essentially how many hits it take for the enemy ship to die. Once the hits are 0, kill the enemy. Yeah, so destroy a game object and whatnot. What else? And that's essentially it. Also, implement the UI so that every time I hit an enemy, it increases the score. I already did that. And creating waves of enemies was one of the goals that I could not accomplish for this week, just because of the entire bug, the bug that ensued, as well as just timing the circuit of the player ship. And that's essentially it. That's my project.